Hello, my name is Doreen and today I am going to show you how to make shortbread cookies. Shortbread cookies are very delicious and they're super simple to make. I really enjoy making these because they only require a few ingredients and it's super fun to make. Here are the following ingredients. You need 1 cup of butter, room temperatured, and I cut these into cubes because that way when I mix it, it will be much easier to combine all the ingredients together. You also need half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So for this recipe, you can either use a hand mixer, a stand mixer, or just do it by hand. And when I first started making this recipe, I would just do it by hand, and it was really easy actually. But today I'm going to use a stand mixer. The first thing we'll do is put our butter in our bowl. Then we want to mix the butter until it's smooth like a paste. So this is about how mine looks like right now. As you can see, the butter is much more smooth than it was before. Now the next thing will be to add the sugar into the butter. And now we are going to mix this until it's smooth. As you can see, it looks like the same as the butter was before. It is very creamy and smooth. The next ingredient will be our vanilla extract, and we will just beat this in. So now we can add in our flour until it's well incorporated, and I'm going to mix this in for about 2 minutes, I would say. You just want to mix this until it forms a dough, and you will see that happen in about 1.5 minutes. And with the spatula, I'm just going to scoop everything that's on the side and push it into the center of the bowl so that everything mixes well together. So now that my dough is ready, I am going to just spread out a sheet of cling wrap, and I'm going to spread out my dough on top of the cling wrap and just wrap it. For this part, you can just take the dough with your hand and then form it into a little ball. This way it'll be much easier to flatten. Now I'm going to just flatten it with my hands and then cover it. So now that I've flattened it, I usually like to just cover it a little bit first. And then I usually just take a rolling pin that I use for pizza and baking in general. And then I just roll it out to make the surface smoother and much thinner. And you want to roll this out so that the dough is about 1 centimeter thick. So now I transferred my dough onto a cutting board because it's a hard surface. You can even put it on a tray or something like that. And then I'm going to place it in the fridge for about 1 to 2 hours until when I touch the surface of the dough, it is firm and does not just sink in. So as you can see, I lightly floured my counter surface and I rolled out my dough, and I used a circular shaped cookie cutter for this recipe. You can use any cookie cutter you like, such as hearts and stars and even circles. And I'm just going to cut them all out, and now I'm going to just set them on my baking sheet. So with the remainder of my cookie dough, I'm just going to gather them all together and form it into a ball. And I'm going to just do the same thing as I did last time and flour my surface a little bit. And then I'm going to roll out my dough. I'm going to use my cookie cutters again and then put it on my baking sheet and bake it. So now that I have laid out all my cookies on my baking sheet, I'm going to put these in the fridge for 10 minutes and wait for the oven to preheat at 350 degrees. And these are going into the fridge because I don't want them to lose their shape. Because most of the time when you put them in the oven, they tend to lose their shape and melt, and I want them to keep their shape. So for that reason, I'm going to put them in the fridge until the oven is ready. And during that time, I'm going to prepare all my other cookies. After 10 minutes of letting them cool off, you can decorate them or just serve them as they are. And that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to click that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you.